Hello everyone, welcome back to Philgnosticism, where history meets your everyday life. Today we're diving into the life of a woman who stood at the very centre of Athens' golden age, a woman admired, criticised and remembered as one of the most brilliant minds of her time, Aspasia of Miletus. She wasn't a general like Pericles, nor a philosopher with a written legacy like Socrates or Plato, yet she influenced all of them. So who was Aspasia? And what wisdom can we learn from her for everyday life? Let's explore. To understand Aspasia, we need to understand the Athens she lived in. Athens in the 5th century BC was the beating heart of democracy, art and philosophy, but it was also a society that restricted women's roles. Most Athenian women were confined to the home, excluded from politics and education. Aspasia, however, was different. Born in Miletus, a wealthy city in Asia Minor, she came to Athens as a metic, a foreign resident. That status gave her a kind of freedom Athenian-born women did not have, and with that freedom, Aspasia built a reputation, not only for her beauty, but for her mind. She became the companion of Pericles, Athens' greatest statesman, and soon her home turned into a salon of intellectual life. Imagine walking into a party. You see Pericles, the great strategist who led Athens to victory, engaged in deep discussion with Socrates, the philosopher whose teachings shaped the Western world. And at the centre of it all, Aspasia, a woman ahead of her time, whose presence commanded respect. It was a sight that wasn't uncommon in Athens during its golden age, around 480 to 400 BC. During these centuries, Athens flourished. Democracy, art and philosophy reached new heights. And Aspasia played a key role in this cultural explosion. In fact, her impact was so profound that she became a target. Rumours spread about her influence over Pericles. Some whispered that she had bewitched him, others claimed she was after his money or power. These gossips might sound petty, but they reveal a lot about the times. Women like Aspasia challenged the status quo. They stepped outside traditional roles and navigated a world dominated by men, and men who felt threatened by such change resorted to tactics they knew best, discrediting the women involved. Fast forward to today. We still see similar patterns. Brilliant minds of women are often overshadowed by rumours instead of their work. Have you ever encountered someone like this in your life? Someone who, despite their brilliance and contributions, seems to be defined by the controversies surrounding them? Well, Aspasia faced this too, especially through the lens of the Greek comic poets. Picture this, it's ancient Athens, and you want to poke fun at politicians or powerful figures. Who better to use than the foreigners and women who seem to be pulling the strings from the shadows? Enter the Greek comic poets, the OG scandal mongers. They loved targeting Aspasia. Now here's the thing. Ancient Greek theatre wasn't like our modern Broadway. It was full of political jabs and personal jests. It was a roast fest. And guess who got roasted the most? Aspasia. She was called a foreigner meddling in politics, a manipulator, even a bad influence on Pericles. They painted her as a scheming vixen who used her beauty and wit to get what she wanted. But did she care? Maybe not. Or maybe she did. After all, who wouldn't be affected by such relentless mockery? The interesting part is these plays weren't entirely off the mark. Aspasia really did engage in politics. She really did have a big personality. But were these poets capturing her essence or just being plain old sexist? Well, both, probably. Through their exaggerated portrayal, they revealed just how threatening a woman like Aspasia could be to their male-dominated society. You see, Aspasia wasn't just a pretty face or a politician's mistress. She was a teacher. She held a salon at her home where she taught rhetoric. This wasn't knitting class. It was intellectual boot camp. Here, Aspasia helped hone the speaking skills of Pericles and other notable Athenians. Can you imagine a classroom where the future leaders of tomorrow are learning the art of persuasion? That was Aspasia's classroom. And she wasn't just teaching them how to win arguments, she was showing them how to lead. Socrates, the father of Western philosophy, was also drawn to her salon. He saw in Aspasia a mind that challenged and inspired him. In Plato's dialogue Menexenus, we see a glimpse of this relationship. Socrates playfully teases Aspasia, saying that he owes much of his knowledge of rhetoric to her. This wasn't just banter, It was a testament to Aspasia's skill as a teacher. Now, here's where things get tricky. While Aspasia shone in this intellectual circle, there were eyes watching her every move. The poets had already made her a prime target, and as the Peloponnesian War loomed, she became a convenient scapegoat. When the war with Sparta broke out, Athens needed someone to blame for its troubles. And guess who fit the bill perfectly? Aspasia, the foreigner who allegedly caused all this trouble. Her accusers claimed she inflamed Pericles against Sparta, leading Athens down the path of war. But was she really to blame? Or was this just another attempt to silence a powerful woman? The charges were severe, corrupting the youth, practicing sorcery, and impiety towards the gods. It sounds straight out of a medieval witch hunt. And that's not a coincidence. Throughout history, powerful women have often been targeted with similar accusations. Think of the women who faced charges of witchcraft during the Salem witch trials, or those labelled as communists during the McCarthy era. Just like Aspasia, these women were victims of a system that feared their influence. But here's where Aspasia's story diverges from most. Her accusers took her to court, the very place where Athenian democracy was on display. And Aspasia, armed with her wit and intelligence, defended herself. She didn't back down. Instead, she fought fire with fire, turning the tables on her accusers. Imagine standing in a courtroom today and hearing someone effortlessly dismantle each accusation thrown at them. That was Aspasia, in the Athenian court. She turned the trial into a spectacle, exposing the shallowness of the charges against her. It was a masterclass in rhetoric, and a testament to her sharp intellect. You see, Aspasia understood the power of language, and in that moment, she wielded that power like a sword. In the end, she didn't just clear her name. She emerged from the trial with even more respect and admiration. The irony was not lost on the Athenians. Their grand democracy had once again proven itself by giving a platform to a woman like Aspasia. As you reflect on Aspasia's life, consider the challenges she overcame and the impact she made despite them. Whether it was through her teaching, her relationship with Pericles, or her trial, Aspasia left an indelible mark on Athenian society. Her story isn't just about ancient Greece, it's about the universal struggle for equality and respect. It's a reminder that brilliant minds can emerge from unexpected places, and that silencing women has never been, and should never be, an option. As we wrap up this exploration of Aspasia's life, let's take a moment to appreciate the complexities of this remarkable woman. She wasn't perfect. She wasn't flawless. She was human. Yet within those human flaws lay a brilliance that continues to inspire today. Aspasia was a woman who lived life on her own terms. She defied societal norms and expectations, and in doing so, she showed us that we can too. If you enjoyed this exploration of Aspasia's life, hit like, share this with a friend who loves philosophy, and subscribe for more wisdom from the past that can transform how we live today. Remember to hit the notification bell so you'll never miss a chance to be inspired with wisdom through the ages. Thank you for joining me on this journey through time. Until next time, keep asking questions, keep seeking wisdom, and remember, sometimes the greatest lessons come from the most unexpected places.